Devil in my ear, so I'm asking, is you active? Then hop in, go to war, let's get cracking. I up scores, kick doors, I be crashing. I'm living on my head, so I'm sitting in the Said I'm 10 toes, but I'm 10K. And you acting like you with it, but you been gay. Got my head in the game like it's EA. I'm fucking on her B-Day. Run a bitch through like the trippers. I know they sick, but you know I could get sicker. I got the drop off a sucker for
All right, everybody, welcome to this amazing episode of Around the Loop. And today I have a legendary person with me, no other than JoJo2Faded. So thank you so much for being on the show today.
No problem, bro.
It's an
Thank you
honor
for
and
having
privilege.
me, bro. Around the Loop, you know the scoop. Come on.
Thank you. So let's tell everybody around the world who you are, just if they haven't even tapped in yet.
I'm JoJo2Faded. I'm out of San Diego, California, East San Diego to be exact. I grew up right here in the neighborhood. You know, I just talk about or rap about everything I've been through, man. This is just me coming live and direct.
I appreciate that. So I wanted to ask, how long have you been doing music? Because there's the difference between what you had on Apple and SoundCloud and everything and Spotify and what, you know, when you actually really started.
So, like, I started doing music in 4th grade.
Okay.
So, like, I was doing music in, like, orchestra and shit.
Oh, nice.
So, I did orchestra for a long time, man. Like, I was doing that forever, bro.
Nobody would have known that one.
I know, yeah. I could play bass.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, hidden talent. I like that.
Yeah, I could play bass. I played a little guitar.
Okay.
And then I never really, like, took off with that. Like, it really got boring to me at one point. So, I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to do what I do now. And I started rapping. I started getting into other shit. So, like, music, I've been doing that for, like, 12 years. My dad's a rapper, too.
Really?
Yeah, my dad's Boo Rock. Check out my boy Boo Rock.
We're gonna have to tap in for sure on him as well.
Oh, yeah, get him.
That's a must.
He showed me the ropes, man. Like, I really learned how to build bars, count bars, really, like, learned how to take after him. And so, like, when I started putting out music, my dad's like, oh, shit, like, you're doing it. I'm like, yeah, I know, yeah. He's like my biggest inspiration when it comes to music.
I love that. Honestly, and having a strong father figure there to actually guide you and show you the ropes it goes a long way, because look where it got you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was always with my mom. I was always living with my mom. My dad was out the picture for a bit, but I'd come back and forth with him. Like, I'd see him a lot, you know what I mean? But to say, like, I had a role model, like, it's kind of different, but he was definitely the basis of where I wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Okay, so, yeah, 4th grade. Do you remember your first song you dropped, or do you remember your first song writing?
Yeah, I do. Me and Pooba, shout out to boy Pooba, I was rapping in the garage, actually down the street right here.
Okay.
And we had, like, a little stolen school laptop, jailbroke it, and then we had, like, these snow globe mics. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. There's, like, these little white mics, like a little snow globe.
Yes, sir.
And so I would just be rapping on that, and the song was called Eddie's. I think I have it.
I was gonna say, if we can find it one day, we'll have to put a snippet in there for the world.
I'll send it to you. So
I would love that. I'll put that on there, a little snippet.
I'll send you it, man. But yeah, it was fucking terrible. It was a horrible song, man. And you know, it was around the time where, like, Suicide Boys was going crazy. So I was like, oh fuck, like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make it like this, and you know, my boy Pooba was just like, oh, I'm there just to do it, like, I'm there. And we were learning how to engineer and mix all our shit back then. It was terrible, horrible mixes, but, like, you know, at the age of, like, fuck, what was I, like, 15? Doing that, like, 15, yeah.
Damn.
I know.
I give you mad props. Okay. And then style. So your style was strictly influenced by family, where you grew up, or was it just that's, you know, how you fell into it? How was that? How did you pick your style of rap?
Like, the style, man, like, I always was, like, I don't know how to really explain, but, like, I knew what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I really wanted to be a tagger, right? So
Yes,
I would go out, we'd tag, we'd go fucking be bad, you know what I mean? Popping Zans, drink alcohol, like, we're getting fucked up. So, like, that fell into the world of, like, skating, tagging, and then you were fucking with the gangbangers, and then you were fucking with everybody. So, like, slowly but surely, my way just started getting, like, I guess you could say in a way I was going downhill, but I was just rapping about what we were going through. You know what I mean? And so, like, after a while, it became gangster rap only because it was that hard. You know what I'm saying? That's what we were going through. And so, like, that's why I say, like, I rap, because I could rap about anything. I could rap about bitches, heartbreaks. I could rap about fucking you know, gun violence, like whatever. Like it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You name it, bro. But that's where the style developed. What we were going through. You know what I mean? From skating and tagging to gang banging and getting into all sorts of dumb shit. You know.
So, I wanted to ask, if you don't mind, just a little bit about it. But how was that lifestyle? Because some people frown upon gangs, and I see it in a way. I see it as a family and a group, because gangs can be associated in any way or form. A group is a gang, no matter how you see it. Yeah. But it's like it's that family. I see it, that family, that bond. It's like when I was in the Marines. It's the same thing. It's like a whole gang.
Right.
So yeah.
For's a crowd, you know what I'm saying? And definitely it's like really who you surround yourself with. So at the time, like, I'll say this, like being from a hood, like you're gonna have a lot of people who love you and a lot of people who have animosity with you. You know what I mean? Either it's envy, jealousy, or whatever it is. They're not going to fully support you 100%. I can say that I rock with all my people who support me, bro. And a lot of homies from the hood, they fuck with me. I'm sure there's a lot of people who, not a lot, but I'm sure there's people who see me and they're like, oh, you know, you're doing it big. And I'm right here still. I still live in the hood. I still live right here. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you think you see, it might look pretty, but I'm out here still where it matters. You know what I mean? So yeah, I got love for the hood though. Don't get me wrong. A brothership is a brothership, bro. Like I step and die behind my peoples, bro. Like it don't matter about right, wrong, or none of that. Like if you were there, I'm there with you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So that's how I see it, bro. Gang shit is cool. They're not gonna feed you. They ain't gonna put money on your books. They ain't gonna fucking pay your bills. You might have one or two that do, but you gotta understand like how to separate yourself from them and you know what I mean? That separation is big. Yeah, no, I had to learn that the hard way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, I had to understand, like, you know, I love my neighborhood, bro, but like if I go down for X amount of years, like who's gonna be feeding my son? Who's gonna be really looking after my bills? Who's gonna be taking care of my shit? You know what I'm saying? Sure. Nobody. And the truth is nobody, bro, because nobody really gives a fuck. But that's something you gotta learn on your own, you know what I mean? And that's why I love the hood. The hood's a brothership. And on East Side San Diego, I died for my hood, but you gotta understand, like, you gotta separate yourself a little bit.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from on that, and that's important because there are people from all over the world that are watching this, and this is the fascinating thing about Around the Loop is we all over the world. Yeah. So, you know, this is touching from folks in the UK, Russia, Germany, India, you name it, they're all out there. Everybody that can name it, from the US too, from the west to the east to the mid, you name it, we're there. Yeah. And that words of advice goes a long ways, because it's like some folks don't know how to actually separate themselves. And yeah, it's like you said, sometimes you go down and it's like, okay, who's going to take care of X, Y, and Z? And if nobody's really there to hold you down, then what? It's like,
shout out my boy Zooted. My boy Zooted was taking care of me, bro. That's my dog.
Big shout out to him. Yes, sir. Yeah. Shout out to him. And also make sure you guys pick up his merch. If you need to pick up his merch, link is in my bio, so tap in. There ain't no excuse. Bro, come on, support.
Get fly, get high. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Hey, that's my boy for real. He was really looking after me while I was down, fool. He was looking out, bro.
That's amazing. No, and so I want to ask, how did you come across meeting Zooted? How did that happen?
That's a good question. You know, me and Zooted were always kind of amongst the same circle of shit. You know what I mean? So like, I think it was really when I tapped in with Upper County, and I think I had met him at one of the shows that I did. But like the click was just like there, bro. Like we were on the same page. Like mentally, like that he's always up with me, bro. So yes, like I fuck with Cisco tough, bro. That's my boy Zooted, bro. Like he really looks out. He really looks out, bro. He really understands what it is to have all these. Like he takes care of a lot of my business shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I fuck with bro, because he knows what's in the best interest for me. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't mind doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we connect so tough, bro. So big shout out to Zooted. That's where I met him. I met him at a show that we did in, I think it was in Vista or San Marcos.
Oh, nice.
I can't remember, but we linked up there. I had all my fools from my neighborhood right there. All the homies were all thick right there, getting faded, drinking. And then I put on one of the fucking spaceman helmet. I put the spaceman helmet on.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what I'm saying, going up. And ever since then, bro, like we just locked in, bro. And we're in the same circle at Soul Shakedown. That's like really where
shout out to Soul Shakedown too. That's a phenomenal studio too. Shout out to Jacob.
Yep.
Yes.
Kevin, Jacob, B Nasty, fucking Costello, everybody there, man.
Okay,
big shout out.
I wanted to ask you, Do you remember your first time you performed?
Ooh, yeah, I do.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
That shit was horrible. I was in Queen Bee's up in
Okay.
North Park off, I think it was Ohio Street, right next to the probation office.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had like 50 tickets, but I sold maybe 10.
Okay.
Less. I think less than 10 people showed up. And I still performed like there was everybody there, bro. Like, I was like, we were just having a good time, you know what I'm saying? So I had all the homies right there. We're right there jumping around, getting drunk, fucking rapping on stage. And I noticed that there was only really like 3. I ran into one of the dudes that was at my first show, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot his name, bro, but shout out to bro. I was there. We're doing like a fucking, we're doing the show, and I see him, and he's like recording and shit. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, that's love, bro. Like, you can never really get that out of a lot of people, bro.
That's
and
true.
so I'm right there. There's nobody in the crowd like that. But sure enough, though, we kept rapping, and people from the other, because at Queen Bee's, it's like you're there, and somebody might have a show like 30 minutes after you. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
got you.
I had a bunch of other people stick around from the last show, and people who were coming from the next show, and they were just kind of like, oh, shit, like, it's cool. This was going off. And then after a while, like, I noticed, I looked into the crowd, I'm like, damn, bro, there's nobody really here that I know. And I was like, fuck it, though. And so we wrapped it up, and that was cool. Shout out Queen Bee's, bro. They were cool.
And that's where it all started. So from there, I mean, how many, let's talk about one of the greatest venues you've ever done. What was your favorite venues that you've ever done, or one of your favorite concerts you've ever done, shows? Whether it was at a venue or parking lot or park, wherever you perform, sir?
It might have been like A1 Beans with me at Creative Creature.
Okay,
Shout out A1 Beans, that's the boy.
Big shout out to him.
It might have been that one or the one that I sold out in San Marcos, because that was the one I met Zooted at. I can't remember the name of the venue, but we're doing that, and we're going at it, bro. Like, we're going thick. The fucking everything was like sold out. We're doing like weird seltzer beers in there too. So I was sneaking in E&J, like, you know what I'm saying? We're just getting drunk.
Having a good
but,
time.
that was like one of the coolest ones I've done. I'm trying to remember. I don't really do a lot of shows, bro. I got a couple shows coming out in LA soon, though.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Hey, make sure you guys stay tuned for that.
Yep, it'll be all over social media, bro.
Yep, so make sure you guys tap in. I'll be sharing it too on the page.
Yep.
So there ain't no way you guys can miss this. And so let's talk a little bit about, I'm just curious, how was the county life? Because some people are curious about it.
Yeah.
Some that have never been, and I've never been myself, but I'm just curious. How was that for you, that experience?
So tapping into the county jail, it depends on like how your experience is gonna depend on how you hold yourself. You know what I mean? So like if you go in and you're a resident and you're a citizen, you're not affiliated, then you're gonna have a smooth time, man. You just mind your business, stay low, and stay real. Okay. But I'll tell you this: stealing, any sort of like weird shit going on, it don't matter if you're a resident or not. We're gonna holler at you. Your charges are definitely gonna be hit with you. Like, you know, your skin tone, it's definitely big. You walk in and you're gonna be like, hey, bro, what are you, a homie? You're like, I don't gangbang. Or, you know, just speaking for you, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Me, when I walk in, they're like, hey, where you from? Oh, I'm from Eastside San Diego, 58. Oh, yeah? All right, well, look, come check it out, boy. This is this, and that. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go run up your charges. Let's go read what you're doing. They're going to run up your charges, too. Like, God forbid you go. But, like, you know, they'll go, read up your charges, look at your booking number, have somebody call up, like, hey, run this fool up. Once they do it, it's basically like, man, your experience is going to define, or your charges are going to define your experience. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're in there for some bullshit, like some fucking sex offense or, like, some fucking weird shit, you're harassing people or domestic violence, shit like that. Yeah, that's the type of shit that, like, here in San Diego, that's what we trip on. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be like, oh, you know what? You're fucking, you're here for domestic violence? All right, check this out, homeboy. You're going to go run it up with the homies right here real quick. You get your ass whooped. And after that, if you could still be cool, then maybe you could stay. If not, you know, roll it up and go out to PC and then protect the custody or save your ass, or maybe it won't. I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? But so when I went in,
yes, sir.
They're like, oh, where you from? From Eastside. Boom. All right, boom. I land up. I see 2 homies right there. And they're like, oh, you from Eastside? You that one fool? I'm like, yeah. Oh, yup, I need that. Oh, cool. Set. I need that too then. Boom. We hit the room, run it up real quick. After a while, it's cool. After that, you shake your hands. You know, despite your differences, you're going to have to keep it cool with him, cordial. Yes, you know what I mean? Because drama is not allowed. Drama's
Of
for
course.
bitches. You know, to speak for that, drama's for bitches, bro. If you can't be a man and just shake hands and get over it, then that's some bitch shit. You know what I mean? So that's why
respect that.
that's my experience was it was pretty cool. It wasn't bad. There was nothing that I could say that like turned me off. You know what I mean? It was a good time for what it was.
Yes.
And free my homies, bro. Free Psycho, free all the boys, bro. Like for real. That shit it's terrible. You meet people and you're like, man, sometimes you don't know if homeboy's coming home, dog. You know what I mean? And so that's what sucks about it. You meet a lot of good people who just did dumb shit.
I see. And I wanted to ask you, first, biggest question I should have asked from the get-go, but how did you come up with your artist name? I want to ask that, actually.
Big time right here. So, like, right here, as they can't see it, maybe we'll do B-roll or something. But
yeah, we'll do it.
Right here, bro, like, I was right here getting drunk. I'm, like, 15, 14. And at that time, bro, like, we're putting on beats, like Dr. Dre beats, and we're just listening to them. And, like, we're doing tight beats and shit. And the homies are like, they're like, oh, let's rap. So we start rapping. And, you know, I'm getting drunk. So I'm freestyling like a motherfucker. I can start writing. I'm, like, rapping out my mind, right? And I'm like, boo. And then the homies are like, hey, you're getting kind of good at that shit, bro. Like, you should definitely, like, look at a studio. I was like, you know what, bro? Like, that sounds kind of stupid. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm just here having fun. I ain't going to be nobody like that. And, a good homie of mine, 50 G's. Shout out 50 G's, bro. Big, hey, you need to get him on next.
I'm going to tap in with him as well.
Him, Pooba, and my pops, bro. These are like...
I'm going to tap in with all three, actually. That's a must.
These are like core to my development.
Yes, sir.
And Sane, too. Sane's coming out next week, so bring Sane on. That's my fucking...
I'm gonna tap in. I'm going to tap in with him as well.
That's my brother. So, like, these guys are like the core of pushing me to do more music. And so I go to a studio with 50 G's. We're in the Logan area, or maybe it was Sherman, I can't remember. And we're over there, and I'm rapping in some guy's garage, and I do a song, right? I had wrote a song, and it never dawned on me that I had to write it under an artist's name. You know what I mean? Because at the time, everyone just called me JoJo.
Okay.
So I was just like, oh, yeah. So it never really dawned on me that, like, so, like, we do the song, right? And they're like, hey, bro, what's the song's name? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I was like, just call it, whatever it was, you know what I mean? Like, just call it this. I'm like, all right, who's the artist name? And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I don't know. And I'm drinking. And I was like, I don't know. At the time, my Facebook name was JoJo2Faded.
Okay.
And so I was like, fuck it, just call me JoJo2Faded, bro. Like, let's just do that. Because at the time, the number 2, like, it was either so-and-so 2 with it, so-and-so 2 faded, so-and-so 2 active. Those were like the names that were going around on Facebook.
Era. Yes, sir. Okay.
So I was like, fuck it, just call me JoJo2Faded and put it down right there. And then boom, put down JoJo2Faded, and I was like, sad. That sounds kind of cool. And the next thing you know, like, everyone's like, oh man, I see you going up. I see that. I seen that you posted that on SoundCloud. I'm like, oh yeah. And I told you that song Eddie's that I did with Pooba. I had saved it as a tagger name, under my tagger name at the time.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, so like I was like, yeah, like, because the song wasn't going nowhere, right?
Yeah.
The song wasn't gonna go nowhere, so I was like, I just save it as that. And so then when it came down to that, like, hey, what's your name now? I'm like, fuck, I don't know, JoJo2Faded, bro. And ever since then, bro, like, that's what it was. We'd drink and be like, oh, we're drinking with JoJo2Faded, bro.
That's what's up. No, I like that. That's on the record for everybody that's paying attention, man. I'm telling you, that's on the record. So
yeah,
I don't know where else you're gonna hear this, but you heard it here on Around the Loop.
Around the Loop knows. Around the Loop knows.
That's a
I don't
fact.
think I've really explained that to nobody. Really asked that question. If you have heard it, I'm sure it's somewhere out there. But Around the Loop heard it first. That's where I could say it.
Thank you. So I want to ask, and more of on the personal side, just so the world gets to know you a little bit more. Let's talk a little bit about favorite foods. What's your favorite foods out here? Any favorite spots you like, or any favorite drinks? So we'll go with the foods first.
Oh my God, bro. I'm so big on food.
Because I'm a big bag when it comes to food. So I like to put people on game too.
Fuck. JoJo2 big bag, bro. So the thing about me, I love pastas.
Okay.
I love pasta. I love, what's my shit right? Korean barbecue, bro.
Ooh,
I love Korean barbecue.
That's gas.
I love Korean barbecue. That Korean barbecue, oh my God. And Hodad's Burgers is the best burgers in San Diego, period. But if I'm in North County, I'm going to Tanner's. Have you been to Tanner's?
No, I have to tap in.
Bro,
I can't
Tanner's
believe it.
is so fucking good.
I'm gonna tap in.
It's not better than Hodad's.
But
But
we're going to
okay.
Hodad's first, and then Tanner's.
You
That's
haven't been to Tanner's? I mean, Hodad's?
None of them.
Bro,
I haven't. I've been living under a rock, unfortunately.
Personally take you to Hodad's,
I'd be down to go one of these days. That'd be
be dope, bro. Like, Hodad's is so fucking good. I remember I was like, fuck, like 13, and I went to like a little skate competition, or not competition, little skate event.
Yeah.
In Ocean Beach, and I was like a skater at the time, and I went there with a good buddy of mine at the time, and we went there to go see Skate Mafia. So we go over there, we're looking at Skate Mafia, we see them, and they're doing like, we're little, right? We're like these little fucking kids, and they have like a Hodad sponsorship.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
Hodad's is right there cooking burgers, and the line's huge. But we're like maybe third or fourth in line. And rest in peace, the dude who had Hodad's. He looked at us and he's like, "Hey, put the kids first." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, I walked up and I was like, "Shit, man!" And he was like, "Look, bro, what you guys want?" And I'm picky. To this day, I'm still a little picky. I don't fuck with tomatoes on my burger. You guys are gonna hear this shit too. This is embarrassing. I don't fuck with mustard, ketchup, mayo, no sauce, no condiments.
We on the same train.
Oh,
we on the same train. For real. You can ask anybody. I play
playing.
Jane that shit.
I
play Jane that shit.
Exactly, and it's better. I just make sure I have a drink because it gets
that's a
dry.
must. It is a must.
So I'm like, yeah, bro, no mayo, no tomato on my burger, no spreads, no pickles. And he's like, so what do you want? Just lettuce? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I fuck the onions too, I guess. I love onions now though.
Yeah.
But at the time I was like, fuck the onions too. And so he's like, all right, bet. Whips me up a burger. My friend got a burger his way. We get these potato wedges fries. And I fucking macked that. Ever since I macked it, I've never found a burger spot so good. That's like the best spot.
I'm definitely gonna have to tap in with Hodad's. That's a must. That's a must. I appreciate that. And then I want to ask too, is there a favorite drink out there that you like? Whether it's
alcohol or
alcohol or sodas or aguas frescas, whatever, you know.
Oh my God, I love a watermelon agua fresca.
Okay.
Just to get that out the way. To be real,
yeah,
I've been fucking with Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
I like Diet Mountain Dew, bro.
It's got a unique taste. It does. I like it.
It's better than Diet, like anything. So like, look, here's the thing. I never drink diets. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've recently been like, you know, trying to take care of myself, bro. So like, Diet Mountain Dew, fire. What else? I love me a good orange Fanta.
Okay.
Or a pineapple Fanta. Even the blueberry one, even though it gets kind of like too sweet. Alcohol though, I'm old school.
Okay, let's see. What's JoJo's drink?
I'll get like a rum and Coke.
Okay.
Or I'll do simple shit like that, like a Jack and Coke or a Henny and Coke. I'll do some shit like that. Or straight out the bottle. I like drinking straight out the bottle too. So like if I buy a bottle, like I'm drinking straight out of that. I think everyone does that, but like that's the way I do it, bro.
Yeah.
I try not to do a lot of chaser. You know what I mean?
No, I see.
But yeah, maybe there's another drink. Oh, mojitos are good.
Okay.
I've been on my fancy shit, so I've been going to mojitos,
that's
mojitos and shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Enjoying that. That's good. That's good, and you should. I mean,
yeah.
It's life's too short to not enjoy the nice things in life. Like it is.
Yeah.
So I want to ask too. Let's see. For the record, I mean, what's your favorite color? I mean, it might be obvious, but I have to ask.
Man, I think I'm wearing it too. I think I wear it like every day. It's on the boxers today.
There we go.
It's blue though. It's always gonna be blue. I don't fuck with no reds. I don't fuck with no greens. I don't fuck with no yellows. I don't fuck with nothing but blue. And maybe like, I don't know, gray and black, like typical shit.
Yeah,
you know
those tone colors, yes,
gray,
sir.
black, white, and blue. You know
usually
what
I stick to two. I just do. I don't know. I always gravitated towards blue. I see blue like royalty, so it's like, I don't know. I just always gravitate
specifically
towards
navy blue.
Yeah,
I don't do no fucking hot blues. I fuck with baby blue. I don't do no fucking just navy blue though. Navy blue is the one.
Yes, sir. Okay. No, I appreciate you sharing that. And then also, I want to ask. So you have any upcoming events coming out soon that you can publicly announce, or we'll wait? Okay.
Might have to wait. We're waiting on dates right now.
Gotcha.
But I'll keep you guys posted. I know I got my LA people I'm tapped in with, so we're gonna go up there pretty soon. That's about it for now about the venues and shit like that.
I appreciate that. And so I want to ask too. Let's talk a little bit about fatherhood, because that's something I like to tap into on this show, especially with musicians and artists that are fathers.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm trying to learn the different, I guess, the different steps of fatherhood from different perspectives of different folks.
Right.
Only because I'm trying to prepare myself for that.
Oh, you haven't one?
Not yet. I'm trying to. I've been trying for 5 years. I'm still trying, but it ain't gonna stop me. But I definitely want to get prepared for that. So I love to ask fathers and folks, be like, this and this and that. So I want to ask you about fatherhood. So how is that for you?
So fatherhood to me is big, bro. Like, I take my son everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my son are like the dynamic duo. You know what I mean? But big time, like, you gotta love your peoples, bro. You gotta love your girl. You gotta love your son. You gotta or your daughter, whatever it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So like, in the terms of like what fatherhood brings out of me, I put my pride back a lot. So like, I might not be comfortable with going to fucking Legoland at 9 a.m. You know what I mean? To be ready, have chips ready, have a car set up, have everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take the extra steps because I didn't have what I'm giving. You know what I'm saying? So like, my son, this fucking past week, I've been to SeaWorld, Legoland twice, SeaWorld twice. I got annual passes everywhere, bro.
Ooh, that's amazing.
We got Disneyland on the way. Like,
that's awesome. That's exciting right there.
I've been doing everything I really can to like create that memory. Like, oh, I remember that, Dad. Like,
he'll never forget that. And that's the greatest thing is like, yeah, it's like little flashes of that. He'll get older and he'll remember. He's like, yeah, Dad took me here. Dad took me there.
I remember we went there. And then like, so another thing. So like, I did go to places like once in a while. You know what I mean? And I remember specifically, like, I would ask for like shit to come home with. Be like, hey, can we get that? Can I come home with a Lego? Or can I come home? And they'll be like, nah.
Yes, and it was because money was tight. I understood it. Like, I get it. So having that opportunity now, that's a blessing.
Yeah. So like they'll be like, oh, we can't get that. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, well, that sucks. You know what I mean? It kind of like take the wind out of you as a child. You know what I mean? But you gotta understand, like, we can't afford that right now.
Yes,
and
sir.
so like now when we go, I bought Legos. I get turtles at SeaWorld, like the plushy animals. I get everything that this kid puts his hands on. You know what I mean? Dad, can we go and get a slushie? Fuck yeah, let's get 2. Let's get slushies. Let's get, you want popcorn? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. And it just makes the experience that more impactful. You know what I mean? Dad, SeaWorld's got an arcade. Can we go? Fuck yeah. Let's go to the arcade.
That's amazing right there.
I can't tell my son no, in a sense, to creating a memory like that. I brought him here. Of course he's going to want to do these things. Yeah, can I go to the water park we got right here? Yeah, that's why I packed your shorts. Like, let's do it. Come on. I remember that was the biggest excuse ever. They'd be like, oh, we're at the beach. I can't get in the water because I didn't bring any extra clothes. Why the fuck are you not packing clothes for me? You know what I mean? Like, why isn't that a thought? You know what I mean? And so I'd be like, all right, fuck it. We got my son's clothes. He's got dry clothes. He's got a towel maybe. Perfect. If not, I got a pro club he'll take. You know what I mean? So that's what I do now in the sense of fatherhood. I like to give my son everything. I'm super on to the respect though with my son. So like, I will tell him no. Like, if things aren't gonna do, like, if he's being disrespectful, nah, you ain't going nowhere. We ain't going to SeaWorld. Fuck SeaWorld. SeaWorld don't take brats. You know what I mean?
True.
I'll
reward bad behavior. That's true.
I can't do it, bro. And he'll be like, oh, you know what? And that triggers a little gear in him. Like, all right, you know what? I fucked up. You know what I mean?
You're gonna do better. Okay. I like that. And that's, yeah. I like asking that because that's a side that the world either is gonna see or is never ever gonna see this. But I hope the world gets to see this side of you too, because this is a genuine side. Yeah. Besides of everybody hearing your music and seeing your videos and everything. Yeah. This is a different side right here. This is a more personal side for you guys that are tapping in and watching this. Yes. So I appreciate, being transparent and opening up about that, about fatherhood there too. Like that means a lot.
Big time, man. Like that shit means something. If anyone could take something from what I said and apply that to their day to day, that'd be dope. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I don't care if you guys like it or not. You know what I mean? That's just how I do my family. And if my son is like, hey, Dad, I wanna go to Legoland, or I wanna go do this, there's of course I'm gonna say yes, but there's gotta be what did you do to deserve that? Like, are we gonna just reward your bullshit? You know what I mean? Or if there's a tight budget, I'm still gonna go. I still got annual passes. I'm still gonna make sure, like, you know what? You have been doing good, and maybe I don't got it right now, but I'll take you.
You make it happen.
I'll make it happen another. Yeah. big time.
One way or another, you're gonna make it happen, and that's that magic that a kid sees is like, oh, my dad's got superpowers, my dad's a superhero because he just makes it happen. Magic. It's like magic.
It's like magic for real.
And that's something I want to highlight too. Is just is that importance for folks that relate to this growing up too. It's like, hey, you either saw your parents do some magic stuff, your aunt, uncle, whoever you looked up to growing up, and stuff like this goes a long way. So it is definitely memorable and something that you're never gonna forget.
Yeah,
moments like this go forever. So, I really appreciate everything. I really appreciate you being on this show Around the Loop, especially because I know time is of the essence. I know we have not a record, but we have things going on today.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you for being on the show. And it's an honor and privilege to have you. And I'm looking forward to having you possibly another time, possibly down the road.
Twos.
Or we can do that Hodad's
episode 2.
That'd be tight.
I'll say this, man. Around the Loop, the most genuine podcast. I really fuck with this dude. My boy Gio's got it locked down. So look, if you're doing Around the Loop, you know the scoop. We're gonna go around. We're gonna go to Hodad's. We'll do another episode because I really enjoy being here, bro. And I appreciate what you do for the community.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. It's an honor and privilege. It really
Big time,
is,
bro. I hope we do it again, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate that. That's a wrap.
Hell yeah.
That's perfect.